morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you may be. Today is Christmas Eve. It is nice and early in the morning, around 10:30. We've received reports of illegal hunting in the Horseheath area. It's illegal hunting with dogs, it's fox hunting. We are aware of which hunt we believe it is, and we're just heading there now. So one of the things that's very interesting about today, because it is Christmas Eve, as many of you I'm sure are aware, the tier restrictions change quite soon. Those tier restrictions will change and will affect illegal hunting with dogs. We're expecting to see quite a lot of hunts in our area, basically in the Cambridgeshire area as well as East Anglia. Will be closing down until the tier 4 restrictions are over. So this will be the last hunt for some time. Hopefully we'll be able to keep a close eye all day, and we know what they look like, we know who they are as well, and we know which area they're likely to go just from the previous information that we've collected. So hopefully we'll be there shortly, and we'll see what the situation is when we get there. I'm at the general area that they were last reported. Just looking at the wooded area over my right shoulder to see if anything pops up. So far I haven't seen anything. So we've just received an update that the hunt in question, the one that we're looking for, has actually moved off. They've gone north probably about 5 miles. They've changed the area that they were planning on meeting in. Unfortunately I don't have anyone to hold the camera, so I do apologise for the shoddy camera work. We're approximately 8 minutes away, so we should be there shortly. Try and get eyes on. They have already moved off from their meet. So I'll give everyone an update when we get there. Just staying vigilant on the roads. Now if you're aware of a hunt in your area and you are driving on the road, please do be very extra careful on the roads. Wildlife from roughly about a mile around will be aware that there's a hunt in the area. They'll smell them, and the wildlife will start to move and bolt. Anything from birds all the way through to things like deer and obviously foxes will be bolting during the day. So we are doing this from funding from our supporters and obviously funding it ourselves as well. We are currently just to the southwest of Carlton Green by about 0.7 kilometres. Over there is what looks like it might be our meet. You might just be able to make them out. I might have to enhance this digitally. So just ahead of me there, up the road, there's 2 riders. Those are what are called field riders. Unfortunately the sun's a bit in your faces here. All of the horse boxes. And then just behind the hedgerow there's actually the main bit of the meet, the middle of the meet, but all these horse boxes along here. We're going to put a call into the police now, just let them know we found them. Good morning, I am the founder of the Cambridge Centre for Wildlife. We investigate wildlife crime. I'm currently out with an illegal fox hunt in the area of Carlton Green.
Okay. Yeah, okay. How many people are involved, do we know?
In the realms of about 30 out, because just looking at the vehicles.
Okay. And do they have any animals involved?
So obviously they're on horseback and they hunt with hounds.
I will put an incident on to see if we can get somebody to attend, just do a bit of an area search, see what's going on, okay, Mike?
Well, I'll be out with them all day. This is what I'll be doing all day. So if your officers need to give me a call, they're more than welcome. Hounds on the road in front of me. No redcoats. We have a bird of prey out at the moment. Just there, bird of prey. So this is going to be very difficult for you guys to see, unfortunately, because of the sun. But right after I drove back up this road and turned around, the hunters decided to head in the south direction. Originally they're heading north. I think they thought I was going around to go north, but now they're heading in a south direction. No redcoats today, very interesting. Usually with this hunt we do see redcoats, but if we look on the map you can see just where we are. There's another support vehicle going by. Hey there, how are you doing? You doing well? So there you go, it's one of the staff vehicles there. If we look here you can see now they're just heading down here. They're going to go off in this direction I think. You can just see, just about make out the hounds over there. So I just wanted to show something quite interesting about this particular hunt. The owner of this hunt owns also quite a lot of land in the Haverhill area. This, all that you can see here, is part of that land, and we can see that because if you look over here, that sign, they're all identical. That's one of the reasons that we know. Also, obviously, the land registry does let us know as well. What's unfortunate about this area is the distance away from the road, and if you look at all of the rest of their hunting territory where they typically hunt, you can see that actually this is the most secluded. This is a disused aerodrome, just to give you a kind of representation of size. It's incredibly difficult for us to get in there. There's very few footpaths. There's very little visibility from the road for us to see. And it's quite interesting to me that as soon as they noticed that I was watching, they went down into this area. And this is one of the problems that the police have been facing as well, because they've been lacking the resources to deal with these things for some time now. They do not have drones readily available to go over there. They don't have off-road vehicles that are readily available to go off there. Even pickup trucks, 4x4s, can't get to these remote areas that the horses can. And they use that to their advantage all the time. You can see they're in the middle of nowhere now. Thankfully, we haven't heard them in cry yet today. Doesn't look like much, but you can see the 2 riders stopped there. On the right hand side, they're on point. The hunt is coming from the other side of that little wooded area called Litley Wood. The hunt is coming from the other side, drawing the hounds through, and there's now 4 riders. You can see the other 2 on the left there that have stopped as well. You can just about make that out. And they're there specifically to see if anything comes the other way. We should be able to hear from here if anything happens. Might be very difficult to make out, but just to the right hand side of where we saw these 4, there's also 4 riders on point just over there, looking at that next field, seeing if anything goes that way. There's also a load of riders up in that direction as well. So a fox has just gone past, the hunters here, heading in an easterly direction. The hounds are in cry. Fox has just gone past. These guys are going to come and try and slow me down now. They know I saw that as well. Certain. Fox has just bolted east. Try not to get in front of it. It's just gone behind me across the road. Just gone behind me across the road. Literally just bolted through here. Literally just bolted through here. You can hear the quad bikes coming now. You can hear the hounds in cry. I can hear their quad bike as well. But they were just round here. I was parked just there when I last spoke to you. And the hunt literally ran, the fox literally ran right past me. Just here. Release, please. Thank you. I called earlier about illegal hunting. I've just witnessed them chasing a fox across the road, and the hounds are now in cry. They are making off from me at this point. They are heading in an easterly direction, southeasterly direction.
Southeast towards where, do you know?
They will be heading towards, well, they're going to head towards Haverhill for a bit, and then they're going to loop back round, go north towards Great Ratting, sorry. No, they've just dipped behind the woodland, but they are making off in the direction that fox went, and you know that's kind of important because of the law.
So you just confirm this on the camera that you did see a fox that they were chasing after?
Yes, it was going at a high speed across the road. It went past one horse rider, then it went around the back of a house, and then across the road behind my car.
Is there any kind of like change in from the information that you've given me about where they're heading off towards or where they are at the moment?
No, they obviously knew that I saw them. They've gone quite quickly, and they've deliberately tried to get out of where I can see them. But I think they're probably still heading in that southeasterly direction from Withersfield. So you can see now I'm back at the site where the fox bolted. But fox bolted just across the road, right there into the hedge on the right-hand side. You can see now you've got the owner of the hunt and 2 riders watching just to make sure the fox doesn't come back this way, and that is the only reason why they're here right now, to make sure the fox doesn't come back this way. The police have come out, they've spoken to the hunt, they've said if you could please try and stay out of the road. Obviously having loose hounds in the road can be quite dangerous. Unfortunately they've had to go off and deal with another incident, so it is once again just us following the hunt at the moment. They have made off into an area that is not visible from the road. I'm still trying to get eyes back on them. We do not know at this time if that fox is safe or if it's been killed by the hunt. It's also quite a wet day out at the moment. We have before been able to identify if hounds have killed by obviously the amount of blood that is on them. Unfortunately, in this situation where it's quite damp, it's raining a lot, we might struggle to get that positive identification to see if they have killed or not. Hopefully that fox has got away. The hunt were quite far behind the fox when I saw it bolt across. This is what I mean, this is people's back gardens. That fox went through someone's back garden, followed by hounds and hunt. You know, there's nothing you can do to stop them when they come. People do not give them permission all the time to go on their land. So I've just located a bunch of hoof and paw prints that are leading in the general direction of the owner's house. The owner's house is actually somewhere I've been before a few years ago, on Boxing Day actually. They had hunted illegally and they had unfortunately come across a fox and killed it and then run back to the owner's house. I was there when we stopped them basically at the owner's house, waiting for the police to come. Police came sometime later, went to court, and yeah, they ended up with charges for violating the Hunting Act. Looks like we found them again. It's going to be very, very difficult for you to see. In fact, he has just hidden behind the bush line there. But we have indeed... Oh, hounds are in cry, it seems. This is the sort of time it would be super useful to have a drone, maybe. Be very easy to just put a drone up, send it over there, have a look, see if they're on something. But when the hounds go into cry like that, it's quite concerning because it means that they are actually chasing something. You can hear now hounds calling. See another rider there. See the quad bike. Hounds are still in cry. Now what's interesting is that if a trail was laid here, why, when they were here earlier, when I was filming, didn't they pick up the trail then? The trail's strong smelling. They're still in cry. You can see a vehicle keeping lookout just up there on the north side of Littlewood. You can see again riders on point. 2 riders there. Got 1 rider there. There's 1 rider in the middle here that we can't get because he's in the dip. And if you see over here, there's another rider on point there. In no doubt that they're illegally hunting right now. There's another quad bike moving in there from the eastern side. Point out that there's no bird in the sky. I can't see a single bird anywhere in the sky. So bird of prey exemption is not being used currently. There are the hounds all out, chasing down this way. Those are all hounds. You can see the rider coming out there. If they are on something, hopefully it will run this way. We can get it all on camera. It doesn't look like they've been successful. Obviously there's no way of 100% knowing. And get hold, you can see the hounds out there. It looks like they have lost the scent. All the hounds would tear that fox to pieces, and then someone would come along, get off their horse. It definitely doesn't look like trail hunting when you're going back and forth on yourself, trying to pick up a scent in the middle of a woodland where you can't lay a trail. If they laid a trail through the middle of the woodland, in that little opening in the middle, then that would make sense, but they haven't. They've sent the hounds in through the thick undergrowth where you can't get a quad bike, you can't get a horse. That to me suggests that they're illegally hunting. So we're currently back at the hunt meet. It's getting quite late, it's getting quite dark. It's about 4 PM now. The hunt are literally probably about 2 kilometres away from this location. Driving around it on road is probably about 5-6, but they should be making their way here shortly. These are all that's left.
A lot of people have pulled out during the day and decided to go home, but these are all that's left. There's no way of certainly telling if they've killed today, but it doesn't look like it just because they've been hunting for so long. Usually if they kill, they will go home. They've been out for so long, it looks like they tried their last bit in Litley Wood when I was watching from the road. Last chance there to get a fox, and now it's time to pack up because it's getting too dark to hunt, and it will become dangerous to ride shortly. So after we saw them at Litley Wood, they decided to head back to their meet. We had no confirmed kills that day that we saw. We were able just visually to be able to look at the hounds. There was no blood on the hounds. Obviously that's not foolproof. After they had packed up, I did decide to go on a drive around the area that they had been hunting to see if we could hear anything, any animals in pain, anything like that. Fortunately, we didn't see anything, we didn't hear anything, so we decided to call it a day and head home. I would like to thank everybody who has supported us so far, and do let me know what kind of videos you would like to see. If you would like to see more videos like this, maybe shorter videos. And if you're interested in supporting us further, protecting wildlife, rescuing wildlife, then please do visit our website, cambridgecenterforwildlife.org. On there is loads of useful information on how you can protect wildlife. If you're interested in volunteering with us, you can sign up there, and you can also donate online. Do remember, if you ever think you're witnessing a wildlife crime in Cambridgeshire, call us on 01223 756 447. So many thanks to everybody and happy holidays.